The billion-dollar city of the future, Neom, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman wants to build a $500 billion business and residential city that will be run entirely on alternative energy by 2025. This comes in part because he wants to diversify the country's economy away from its reliance on oil, which currently accounts for 70% of the country's total export earnings. In addition, he sees the project as a way to provide jobs to his countrymen while moving the nation toward modernization and progress. If Neom is built as planned, it will become one of the most impressive cities in the world. The future is here, or at least it will be when plans for a sprawling city of the future come to fruition. The brainchild of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Neom is slated to stretch across 10,000 square kilometer area along Saudi Arabia's Red Sea coast, and it could turn into one of the largest and most ambitious construction projects in history. It appears as though a new group of Homo sapiens who seek to do the impossible has caught my eye. Unlike those who come before them, these ones have caught my eye because they seem to be talking more interest in how their accomplishments look from the outside. The project is called Neom, a planned supercity with a value of $500 billion. Saudi Arabian officials are describing this as the world's most ambitious project, a planned 16-borough city on the Red Sea coast in the northwestern Saudi province of Tabuk. This video shows the vision of Neom and is an ambitious and fantastical dream of what a future of architecture might look like. It's an idea being spearheaded by the individuals who envision Neom to be the great exemplar of how modern man will construct and inhabit the cities in the future. Neom means a new future. Really just looks to be a typical get-rich-quick scheme for selling consumer products. But even if it does represent the largest business endeavor in the world, can it actually be completed? So let's start with where Neom will be built. A large swath of desert was purchased for $500 million and covers approximately 10,000 square kilometers, at least half that being water in reservoir and saltwater lagoons. It is situated on the Red Sea coast at around 25 degrees north latitude and 60 degrees east latitude between Egypt and Jordan. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman told Bloomberg in October 2018 that Phase 1 of Neom will be completed in 2025 and progress is underway. This past year, Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman bought a $500 million yacht and $300 million French chateau and a $450 million Leonardo da Vinci painting. Estimates say that the Saudi royal family and its 15,000 members, of which Mohammed bin Salman is the head, is worth up to $1.4 trillion. Prince Mohammed has ever gone as far to say that Neom will eventually be home to flying cars, robot maids, mechanical dinosaurs, and even an artificial moon. Saudi Arabia announced on January 29, 2019 the establishment of a joint stock company called Neom. With $500 billion and wholly owned by a public investment fund, the company will focus on developing the economic zone of Saudi. This project is fully planned to use sustainable, renewable energy sources. Nadmi Al Nasir is the CEO of Neom Joint Stock Company, and the goal of him and his team is to make Neom an example of a clean and renewable city in the future. Neom states that it will be a new model for urban sustainability, focused on setting a new standards for community health, environmental protection, and effective and productive use of technology. It will be freed from the outdated infrastructure of countries not yet smart and tech-forward. The planned location of Neom in Saudi Arabia makes this ambition most feasible. It's strategically situated on one of the world's most strategic economic points. The location of this kingdom on the world map will make it the best location for trading innovation and knowledge in the future, because it's close to India and Europe. 40% of the world's population will be able to reach Neom in less than 4 hours. The city of Neom isn't just at a favorable location because of its place on the map, but because of its physical characteristics as well. This land of vast expanses overlooked by mountains and refreshed by cool Red Sea breezes is the home to the first ground for Neom City. Temperate means relatively cool and pleasant. In its case, there's less rainfall so the climate is comparatively temperate. That also means more than 280 miles of beaches, coast, coral reefs, and mountain peaks up to 8,000 feet high. With Neom, whatever climate specific activity you want to do is possible. This project has been recognized as a flagship economic development project. The planned economic zone will serve as a platform for global investors to engage in innovation and technology with an eye on sustainability. It will be a hub for tech incubation, robotics and biotech research and development, renewable energy generation and storage, biotechnology, and advanced manufacturing. Its goal is to attract investment from leading sectors like oil refining and petrochemicals, aerospace and defense industry, and logistics hubs through world-class infrastructure and conducive policies. A $500 billion investment capital is estimated for total build-out. This is considered one of bin Salman's most ambitious projects yet because it's said to be 10 times bigger than Dubai, which cost around $100 billion to build. Neom is an ambitious project aiming to do something never done before. We hope to bring some new ideas to a world that could use them. The notion that Neom will be a hub for scientific, educational, and entrepreneurial innovations that shape this future is what propels the vision and what underpins the billions of dollars that have been committed. Neom will be comprised of towns and cities, ports and enterprise zones, research centers, sports and entertainment venues, and tourist destinations. Currently, there are an estimated 1 million residents and people coming from any place in the world are projected to occupy Neom. That said, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has deep pockets. A centerpiece of their 2030 vision plan is to grow and diversify the Saudi economy and position the country to play a leading role in global development. When asked about his vision and intentions for Neom, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman said in an interview, "It's a place for dreamers who want to create something new. We have not wasted time. We have allocated $500 billion to build infrastructure." In short, he envisions that within 25 years after its launch, Neom will be self-sufficient in terms of energy and water and food, and serve as an entertainment hub where people can come to spend their leisure time. But it won't just be leisure activities that attract tourists. There are plans to make Neom a center for trade and commerce between Europe, Asia, and Africa. Its power on the global stage historically has come in large part from the abundance of this natural resource. These past years, Saudi Aramco took in over $111 billion in net income, with a titan as powerful as Saudi Arabia's oil empire. It's unsurprising to see it top the ranks of the world's most profitable companies. Taking the bigger picture into account, ExxonMobil made the highest net profit of any oil company in the United States, and Apple had only 60 billion in net profit. However, the anticipation of Neom hasn't been absent of controversy. These people who live near the land that has been earmarked for the Saudi Arabian city's construction. Reports state that Saudi Arabian authorities are forcefully removing them, and it may come as a surprise to those who've done their research. But be mindful of the project's initial reason, transforming Saudi Arabia from an oil-producing power with a history of all sorts of unpleasantness to a global leader in innovation and technology. Redeeming a deficit as enormous as $500 billion and redefining change is possible in this so-called $500 billion city, not just in this country but also in the entire world. What are your thoughts on this thought-provoking video about Neom, Saudi Arabia's proposed smart city? Do you agree with those who think that this may be Arabian country's newest wildly optimistic project? Or do you think Saudi Arabia will be the perfect place to launch the country's newest development? In the comments section below, please let us know. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment.